This is a picture of President John Kennedy from the book The 1,000 Days. It was put on shelves in the 1960s. When I went to Amazon.com and I purchased the book by Arthur Schlesinger Jr., 1,000 Days, this was available also. This is very important because Kennedy glancing this way is proof that Kennedy was asking someone to help or protect him. Also in this book, which was made available, let me turn the pages right here. It says right here, confetti in crowds mob presidential nominee Kennedy. He was riding in top-down cars before he was assassinated. And there are pictures in Wikipedia of him riding in top-down cars in Northern Ireland. And as I explained, Anton Cermak, the Chicago mayor that didn't get along with Franklin Roosevelt, was standing in front of a top-down car, Roosevelt in it, when Cermak was shot. And before he was even made president, they were putting him in top-down cars, which you can't have him standing in front of the car. He's the nominee and president. This is signaling the guy is a Roosevelt enemy. He's a fellow Democrat. What's up with that? Wikipedia had an article, and I printed it out and put my own notes in it. And right here it says, let me go over it here. Another co-worker, Bonnie Ray Williams, was eating his lunch on the 6th floor of the depository and was there until at least 12:10 p.m. He said that during that time, he did not see Oswald or anyone else on the 6th floor and thought that he was the only person up there. Oswald allegedly shot Kennedy from the 6th floor at 12:30. Oswald would have needed 20 minutes to get back up there, which itself is suspicious, and there's the top-down cars, which is proof that Oswald, even if he had some reason for being in Dallas, he previously worked for the CIA, and what he was doing at that point I don't know, that Oswald didn't shoot Kennedy. He didn't get up there in 20 minutes. From there, Robert Kennedy Jr., in this Rolling Stone magazine article, this is Robert Kennedy Jr., says, if the United States ever experiences a coup, it'll come from the CIA and from the Pentagon. This is a quote from some people in the government that Robert Kennedy Jr. put in Rolling Stone magazine. Let me read the whole thing to you. The Joint Chiefs, this is Robert Kennedy Jr.'s article, already in open revolt against JFK for failing to unleash the dogs of war in Cuba and Laos, were unanimous in urging a massive influx of ground troops and were incensed with talk of withdrawal. The mood in Langley was even uglier. Journalist Richard Starnes, filing from Vietnam, gave a stark assessment in the Washington Daily News of the CIA's unrestrained thirst for power in Vietnam. Starnes quoted high-level U.S. officials horrified by the CIA's role in escalating the conflict. They described an insubordinate, out-of-control agency, which one top official called a malignancy. He doubted that even the White House could control it any longer. Another warned, if the United States ever experiences a coup, it'll come from the CIA and not from the Pentagon. Okay, what is going on is this. There are two wings of the Democratic Party. One wing, in a moment when there was segregation against black people, even though this would affect whites also, wanted to turn the United States into a dictatorship and say it wasn't based on skin color. Some people would end up having to do unpaid labor. Other people would have job security. There is a second wing that wanted to integrate the country, have government programs, and have democracy. The wing of the party that wanted a dictatorship was teaming up with Republicans, and they eventually went into the Republican Party. Beginning in the 1990s with Bill Clinton, all of a sudden Democrats began trying not just to pick up the economy, which I agree with, but to try to have that dictatorship again, which is why at the same time I disagree with the U.S. Supreme Court's decision on affirmative action, I ended up voting for Ron Paul and Trump in 2020.